Dan Grant coming on board, absolute Instagram guru. I think the guy's done $50,000, $60,000 or more on Instagram in just the past short while. Now I know his brother's doing it, his dad's doing it. I'm gonna be finding out today. You're gonna be finding out more than I know right now about what Dan is doing to make money with Instagram, what he's done in the past, what he's currently doing, just kind of getting an insider sneak peek at what Dan is doing. And you're also going to learn a little bit about his advice, what he recommends that you do when it comes to Instagram marketing and making money on Instagram. You're going to learn about his journey. I'm going to be asking him, I've got a few questions here, and he's not going to know what I'm going to ask him. So everything that you're seeing here is going to be complete off the whim, shooting from the hip. Total freestyle, and so you're going to get a very natural response from Dan, nothing fabricated here. So really want to show you what Dan's doing, and you get to hear from him and just get a little bit of advice, a little bit of knowledge on maybe what he would do differently, what he would try a little bit more of when it comes to making money on Instagram, growing a brand on Instagram, using Instagram for business, and all of that. So let's get right into it. All right, everyone, we have Dan Grant here. Dan, appreciate you being on here. Thanks for taking time out of your day, man.
Thank you, Ben. Thanks for having me on here.
No problem. So let everybody know, who you are. Give a little bit of a background. Did you go to college? Did you skip out on that? Where do you live? Why did you get into Instagram? Just give us a little bit of an intro on that.
Cool. So I'm from London, currently traveling in Australia at the moment. So I'm in a place called Sydney. If any of you know who that is, obviously you should. I was actually in the army when I got started with Instagram. I was a Queen's Guardsman, the guys with the black hats, the red tunics.
Oh gosh, you're one of those.
Yeah, I was one of those. And basically it was February 2017. I come across Ben's course whilst I was in digital altitude at the time, trying to look for free traffic. And I seen the course. I think you were selling the course for like $200 at the time. I was like an early bird or something like that. It was ages and ages ago. So I managed to get in really, really, really cheap. Got in, learned Instagram, started growing accounts. I made a travel account like everyone else did at the time. And then soon, as I started growing my account, digital altitude got shut down. So I was like, fuck. I got this course and pretty much done it for nothing. I was like, oh no. But then I remembered 17 ways to make money on Instagram, and I went and started going through them, and then started learning them myself. Basically, at the time, auto rounds were a big thing. Mm-hmm. So Telegram engagement groups were huge. And I basically became an affiliate to you, and then posted in a couple of massive Instagram groups, flexing off my results and stuff like that. I managed to get up to about $100 a month. Mm-hmm. And then also I became an affiliate to you, mm-hmm. For the Millionaire Mafia course. I think I only ever made 3 sales or whatever, but there was quite a bit at the time because I hadn't made nothing online.
Sure.
Fast forward a bit later, a couple months, I got my first client, a growth client, because mm-hmm. instead I was trying to flog the course to them, sell the course. Mm-hmm. They were actually like, oh no, I want you to do it. It was easy.
They're paying you to help them grow their Instagram?
Yeah. So yeah, it was an app called Giro app. It was basically like this travel app. So I managed to, because I was too scared to charge them at first, I started doing it for free. And then after time I was like, look, I can make money out of this. And then I started charging them per month. Mm-hmm. So that started at $200 and then went up to $500 a month, which was really good for me at the time. I was in the army, I had a job, and I was doing this account on the side, and I was like, oh, this is good. This is a good life, and I'm making affiliate commissions. And then obviously, things progressed from Telegram groups. You got more automated to that. You got power likes and stuff like this. Mm-hmm. And obviously over the time when accounts were so easy to grow, I built up so many accounts, become addicted to just growing accounts. And I've soon realized that I had 20K accounts, 50K accounts, 100K accounts that people were wanting at the time to get into power likes, Fuelgram and stuff like that. So I started to rent them out. And then, soon that became like a big business, and I made up to $5,000 a month over 2 years doing that.
So to recap and summarize for everybody listening to this, you started out selling little services, doing some affiliate marketing with Instagram, and then you were approached by somebody who was like, hey, I want you to help grow my account. You started doing that for free because you didn't think you could get paid, but ultimately over the next several months, that income stream of helping people grow and sort of managing and growing their accounts, you got up to where you're doing $5,000 a month.
Yeah, $5,000 a month that was just from renting out my accounts.
How much would you say you've made with Instagram now in the grand scheme of things? You've been doing it for about 2.5 years now. How much would you say you've made in that time?
Probably just because obviously it wasn't 5,000 for like, it was 5,000 towards sort of this end of the spectrum, but at the start it started at like 1,000. It was just gradually went up in baby steps, 1,000, 1,500 a month, 1,700 a month. So my PayPal, I haven't got my PayPal up right now or my Stripe, but I'd say it's just under $100,000.
Wow.
So it's around $80,000, which isn't the highest. As you know, a lot of people have made a lot more than me, but
but there's a lot of people that are working 9 to 5s that don't have the freedom to make that kind of money, and you just did what they do in 2 years, minus the taxes and all that stuff.
Exactly.
How much would you say the Instagram program, my course, helped you with that income?
Oh yeah, 100%. It made. I mean, the whole course at the time was because like I said, when I was on digital altitude, I was looking at this Instagram thing. I was like, everyone was talking about raving about Instagram, and obviously I was just doing this follow manually. I wasn't doing it myself. I was doing it on some crappy services, charging $30 a month or something like that.
Sure.
So I remember this service got me to 5,000 followers in like 3 months, and I was buzzing. But I realized that I was getting like 15 likes per photo, and I was like,
yeah, the engagement's horrible.
Yeah. So obviously you got your course, and then my accounts, just obviously you can tell I was able to rent out a lot of accounts, so I made a lot of accounts to do it. So obviously back then it was a lot easier, but that doesn't mean now that you can't grow an account,
Yeah, absolutely. And your dad and brothers are kind of involved with the whole Instagram game too, aren't they? Or at least they were.
So my dad's more of my dad's an affiliate marketer. He does a lot more stuff away from Instagram and stuff, but yeah, he like went through the course and stuff just to learn and keep up there and make accounts.
Absolutely.
But his main thing is affiliate marketing, and yeah, my little cousin, he got motivated by it, and then he grew a few accounts, obviously, and then sold the account. So he was 16, 17 at the time, and he was he made this account, and over a few months he made $700, which for a 16-year-old, 17-year-old at school,
that's crazy.
Some money, like. So yeah, everyone got kind of motivated in my family, but so that's how it's
that's really cool. What would you say, in your opinion, like, there's obviously, like you said earlier, there's 17 ways that I started teaching how to make money on Instagram. What would you say are like your 3 favorite, like the ones that you like the most, that you think are scalable, sustainable?
Well, I guess my favorite is doing stuff like companies, like approaching companies and doing account management. I think people think it's saturated. I don't think it's saturated. I think there's a lot of companies out there that need that, and there's a lot of people, if you go off your ass and go out there and have a look, you'll be able to find a company that will pay you to manage their account. Like there's a lot of money in the world, and when you think, this is the problem I had, I was like, oh, all right, if I charge $500 a month, what if they say no? But really, $500 to a company like that is pennies. They're like, yeah, that's just
Absolutely.
tax write-off.
Absolutely. That's what people don't realize. Like, if you are approaching the right audience, if you're approaching the right business owner or entrepreneur, it's $5,000, $50,000.
Exactly.
A 7-figure company, 50 grand on marketing, 100,000 is not much. So if you're fortunate of that and can help them get leads and sales, the $500 that you're charging, $1,000, it's absolutely irrelevant. All right, so let me ask you the next thing. What do you think kept you from succeeding at first?
I got into the game, like I got into the whole entrepreneurship game like in 2016, like dipping my toes into it. So like in terms of like, I didn't really have that struggle period where I was waiting like a few years to make my first dollar or whatever. It kind of happened quite quick because I've always been kind of like motivated and like whatever I do is just like put 100% in. But yeah, I don't know. There was nothing really held me back. I mean, I just an understanding and an actual understanding on how to make money and like where to go, the right places. Obviously, MLM is not the correct place, I don't think, in my opinion. Obviously, people can do it, but just starting out, that wasn't the correct sort of long-lasting business model that I needed. And I'm, I had at the time a very expensive lesson. But yeah, now I guess just sticking on one thing, right? So if you want to do Facebook marketing or Instagram marketing, cryptocurrency, etc., stick with that until you succeed. Don't look at your friend who's making an extra. He just made 30 to $100 off something, and you're like, oh no, I'm changing this. I'm ditching what I'm doing. I'm starting this, because you have to start that momentum, get the ball rolling again.
Sure. Once you're getting focused on one thing and seeing it through to success.
Exactly. And the hardest part is always getting that ball rolling, getting that push, and getting started. So just stick on one thing and stick it through until you succeed. So
last question, and I think this is a great question to end on, is what would you have done differently if you had the last 2 years, the last 3 years to do over?
Well, if I knew like how easy it was to grow accounts back in 2017, I'd made a lot more. I would have got way more clients at the time, because the way of growth back then was just crazy, as you know.
Sure.
And I just 10x everything. I literally just 10x everything. So yeah, I was kind of like sure, because I had a job. Like, I was all right. I mean, I was still making money, but I was like kind of still like, not working like full on like 10x. But yeah, just 10x everything.
Absolutely. Guys, you heard it. 10x everything. 10x your activity, 10x your production, 10x the effort that you're putting in. And as Dan said, stay focused on one thing. Don't get shiny penny syndrome. Dan, I appreciate you being on here. Thank you for taking the time to teach everybody your knowledge.
No worries, bro. Thank you. If this is going on YouTube, can I put a little plug in? Oh yeah. So I've only got 2 videos at the moment, and about 80 subscribers. It's I'm Broke. The link be down there.
I'm broke. It'll pop up in the description, guys. I'm broke. Go make sure that you subscribe to Dan's channel as well. And if you're not subscribed here, make sure you subscribe, tap that notification bell, and it's popping up right now. So make sure you go hit up Dan on YouTube as well.